Every night across the east side of King County, women slowly gather in front of a local church. They've come from parks, coffee shops, libraries, the woods. Tired, cold, and hungry after an afternoon, sometimes a day or days in the Northwest elements, they shuffle in one by one for shelter and sustenance to gather their strength for another day of living without a home. This is the Sophia Way Emergency Shelter currently residing at St. Peter's United Methodist Church. Every few months, the location changes. Women have to have the whereabouts and resources to know where that shelter is located that month and which bus line will take them there. At shelter, women are given a hot meal, a mat on which to sleep, but most of all, hope. Meeting women where they are in their lives, staff and case managers work with Sophia Way guests in hopes of moving women from homeless to home.
We as staff recognize the importance of meeting the women where they are at, and we feel that it is equally important for the community to also meet the women where they are at and recognize the challenges that they are facing and how best to support them through this.
It's really about identifying each woman's level of ability to address the barriers to them finding housing and addressing those on an individual basis.
Every morning at 7 a.m., the emergency shelter guests are given breakfast and sent out the door before the church begins its day. With bus tickets in hand, they hit the streets with all their belongings for another long and arduous day. Many women visit Sophia's Place Day Center, also home to our second shelter, our 21-bed extended stay program.
When a woman comes to the day center for the first time, she gets a tour of the facilities and see what the different services are that are available to her. And that includes laundry, showers, access to a phone and to computers. We also can help receive mail for them because experiencing homelessness, you don't have an address. So it's very important for job interviews and obviously a lot of other things. But not only that, but they also get to meet our staff. And our staff does a wonderful job of asking the woman about how her day has been and trying to see like what her recent experiences have been, what she can, what resources she might need.
Yeah, from a case management perspective, one of the first things we do with new clients is sit down and formulate a stability plan with them. But it's so important for case managers to approach these situations non-judgmentally, to engage honestly and sincerely, and to be supportive to our women in whatever way is going to make them feel calm and trusted.
In Sophia Way, you feel the love. It's like the staff are trained for this job because they don't make you feel any other way but loved, cared for, and supported. I had a massive surgery. So they came at a good time in my life because I needed a place to recuperate. So it was 4 weeks after that massive surgery, which I won't go into detail, they gave me a place to stay. So I could manage to get decent meals, somewhere clean to bathe, and a place to rest so I can recover quickly. So after that, I subscribed myself to resources they made available. I did Microsoft classes, I did financial classes. I made sure I did my part. That's the biggest thing I need to emphasize with Sophia Way. You have to be case managed. So Sophia Way came at a vulnerable moment in my life, and they delivered beyond my expectations.
We have resources for them getting replacement identification cards. We help them to make sure that they have located birth certificates and social security cards, identification. We discuss a wide range of options as far as employment, even in regards to being retrained, going back to school, or counseling services. We give clothing vouchers, we have bus tickets, we provide meals, and we provide emotional safety as well in our day center environment, in every environment of the Sophia Way where the ladies are engaging with us.
Then at 3 p.m. each day, women must leave the day center to find safe and dry places to wait until they are able to re-enter the emergency shelter that evening or determine where they are going to sleep. Fortunately, when the Sophia Way opens its permanent shelter in 2020, the emergency shelter and day center will be co-located at a new facility in Kirkland. Running 24/7, 365, the need to hit the streets each day will end for the lucky 48 women who will stay at the shelter. As women connect with case managers and begin to plan their future, they may be waitlisted for Sophia's Place Extended Stay Shelter, where women can stay up to 6 months as they work towards permanent housing.
I'm a strong woman. I'm a very strong woman. And I always move forward. Eventually, I was able to get into my own cubicle. I felt safe. I loved it. I loved it. And that was already a blessing. On August 1st, I was able to get housing because of Sophia's Way. It was like everything was like falling in place. And they saved my life.
Wow.
They actually saved my life. Sophia's Way and the case managers have made my life very stable and calm.
Cynthia is fortunate as only a small percentage of our women become permanently housed. This is because there are very few low-income units available in our community. That is why our shelters are essential to providing a life-saving bridge for those awaiting a home.
I worked for Safeway for 17 years. I had a car, I had a place to live, I had a cat. I had everything that you would ever want. But then I got addicted to narcotics off of a back surgery I had, and stayed on those for 4 years. And being on narcotics, I lost my home, I lost my job. After 17 years, I lost the cat. I lost everything. Everything I lost. We all experience homelessness. And we all come from different backgrounds. But we are all here for the same reason. You know, we're trying to find a place to live. We're trying to stay out of emergency shelters. We're trying to stay out of living on the street. I've conquered drug addiction. I've conquered alcoholism. I've conquered being homeless. I've conquered a lot of stuff in my life that I never thought I would ever conquer. But, and I had the support when I came to the shelter of people who were going through the same thing I was going through and knew what I was going through. So we were kind of like all in the same boat. And it's amazing having to talk to women about learning about their stories and growing with each other and trying to help each other, you know, as a whole, instead of doing it by yourself.
Allison's sobriety and housing placement were successful, but some women need more time and more support.
Sophia Way has helped me in a lot of ways. One ways is they gave me permanent housing. They have gotten me to the point that I have, like I said, through perseverance and somebody standing behind me, because I know I am a procrastinator, and I do have obstacles. They met me where I was, at the point that I was, and walked me through to the point I'm at now. Okay, so the first time we got into housing, it didn't work out. That was when me and Deidre first started working together. Mm-hmm. I wasn't ready at the time. I was still doing other things as far as extracurricular activities. Okay, so before, you have to realize I'm 55 years old. So I have a lot of things going on mentally, physically, and emotionally. And I had been in a 15-year relationship, so that was coming to an end. And then me being on drugs and having those obstacles and dealing with that. Me dealing with my mental health. Just a lot of things. And then having a battle with two great forces, God and whoever else. And so knowing how I was raised and being where I am now, or then, it's two different people. Letting her know, okay, I'm ready now. I don't want to live with other people. I want to be in my own place. But we got in there, and it's been heaven ever since. I'm growing as a person. I'm finding out about my insecurities and all that.
Yeah.
So
And
I'm doing well.